is Michelle, and I am here for bedtime stories. Tonight, I'm doing bedtime stories in my son's room because we have a full house. Everyone is home today. There was no work and there was no school, and we got to just play outside all day. Well, we cleaned too, but we built an igloo and we did all the wonderful things that you do in the snow. Tonight's book, though, is not about snow. My son asked me as soon as he woke up this morning if the groundhog saw his shadow, because today is Groundhog Day, and he did see a shadow. So we have 6 more wonderful weeks of winter, and tonight we have a book about Groundhog Day, and it is called Go to Sleep, Groundhog, and it is by Judy Cox. Let's begin. Groundhog went to bed on Columbus Day, just like he always did. He brushed his teeth. And if you remember, Columbus Day was in October. He put on his jammies. He set his clock for February 2nd. Then he curled up in his warm, cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He tossed and turned, but he couldn't get to sleep. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 October. Groundhog poked his nose outside his burrow. The moon was full. "I'll just go for a little walk," he said. "Maybe that will make me sleepy." Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Raggedy scarecrows and grinning jack-o'-lanterns. Children dressed up like pirates, cowboys, and princesses. I think he woke up on Halloween. Halloween witch flew down. "What are you doing up?" she said. "It's almost winter. You should be in bed." Witch flew Groundhog home on her broomstick. She tucked him in. She read him a ghost story. She gave him a glass of apple cider. Groundhog curled up in his warm, cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He tossed and turned, but he couldn't get to sleep. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 November. He poked his nose outside his burrow. The leaves were red and yellow. "I'll just go for a little walk," he said. "Maybe that will make me sleepy." Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Tall yellow corn stalks and round orange pumpkins. Turkeys gobbling in the backyard. "What are you doing up?" Turkey said. "It's almost winter. You should be in bed, and I should be making myself scarce." I think it's Thanksgiving. Turkey took Groundhog home. He tucked him in. He read him a story about pilgrims. He gave him a slice of pumpkin pie. Groundhog curled up in his warm, cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He tossed and turned, but he couldn't get to sleep. Finally, he got out of bed. He peered at his clock. 1/2 December. Groundhog poked his nose outside his burrow. Stars twinkled overhead. "I'll just go for a little walk," he said. "Maybe that will make me sleepy." Groundhog went outside. He saw things he'd never seen before. Colored lights glowing on some houses, candles shining in the windows, holly wreaths hanging on the doors. He heard sleigh bells chiming in the air. Who do you think he's going to see? Santa flew down in his sleigh. "What are you doing up?" Santa said. "It's winter. You should be in bed." Santa took Groundhog home in his sleigh. He tucked him in. He read him a Christmas story. He gave him a glass of milk and a cookie. Groundhog curled up in his warm, cozy bed. He closed his eyes. He didn't toss and turn, and he didn't toss and he didn't turn, and soon he fell asleep. Bring! Groundhog opened one eye. "It can't be time to get up yet," he grumbled. "I've just gotten to sleep." Bring! He peered at his clock. February 2nd. That's today. Groundhog yawned and stretched. He tumbled out of his burrow. Snow glittered on the ground. The sun was out and the sky was blue. Groundhog saw his shadow. "What am I doing up?" he said. "There are 6 more weeks of winter coming. I should be in bed." He hurried back inside. He ate a bedtime snack. He read himself a bedtime story. Then he tucked himself into his warm, cozy bed, and he pulled up his covers and closed his eyes and went to sleep. The end. I really like that one, and I hope that you did too. And I hope that you had a wonderful snow day and a wonderful Groundhog Day, and I hope you have a very wonderful week, and I will see you all very soon. Good night.